Okay, picking up when we're doing a recycled canvas. So this is a canvas that already has something on it. We're going to make it into something, working to kind of build it up from last week. So we're just putting more washes on top, kind of scraping that out. And again, we're changing it into something that's going to be a little bit different. Don't be afraid to play with your palette knife. What I'm doing now is I'm making up this scenery, I guess, in my head where this is going to be the sun and this is going to be like water where they have the reflections here. And we might have some houses here. And again, we don't want to lose all of the color that we had last week. We just want to build up on it. That's good enough here for my horizon. And again, we don't want to lose all that light that we had. So sometimes students get to a point where they're like, oh, I really like it and I don't want to work on it anymore. And that's when you could, because the wonderful thing about doing things that are abstract is you might, put it together and say, oh, I don't like what's happening. I liked it before, the canvas is better, why did I touch it? But with the abstraction, it always gives you a chance to build it up more. So I want to show you those textures and all those colors and how they're coming through. And I've changed it now where I've left this to be the bottom. And now I'm just building this up thicker where this is going to be some light that is coming through. More of like, say it's a very sunny day outside and there's light on the water, there's this wonderful reflection. So I kind of put myself in that space, in that time, thinking about what I might see and where the water might fall and where the light would fall. And again, you want to have some areas of the canvas where they're thicker and some areas where they're thinner. So don't be afraid to play with that light and that transparency. You can always scrape it out if you don't like it. But do you see how much brighter I made that in 2 seconds? Where that light is on the water. And you just want to, the best thing I tell everyone when they're painting is you just want to have fun. Doesn't always have to be very serious. You just want to have fun. And of course, you want to make something, everyone wants to make something that they like. But it's also about, just being in part of the process. When I paint and I start finishing something, that's the part when I'm kind of like, oh no, I'm finished my painting now. I was building it up and it was so much excitement, and now all that's gone. You just start on another piece. So again, give yourself, again, the freedom to make a little bit of mistakes. You can see I use tissue a lot, that works for me. But for some of you, it might be that you're using a spray water bottle. I use a lot of different techniques, which I share with you. Last week, I think we used a little bit of paper that we kind of balled up and put into the paint and made a press and release kind of thing. So now what I'm doing is I'm building up these transparencies of these blue-greens in the water. and I keep wiping it off until I have the consistency that I want and how I want it to blend in the water. Because some areas I really want to be lighter. You can see what's going on at the top versus the bottom of the water and all those delicious green and blues coming in. And earlier I made this shape because what I do is I'll show you, I paint a figure or something when I want to do something very abstract. That happens to be my figure here. And I'll take just a regular flat or round brush and I'll make the shape of the figure. Like say for an example, and I'll do it real fast, like say for an example, that's their head, right? And maybe their body is going to be red. So we have a nice little contrasting color here. And I put someone here, maybe they're wearing a dress, they have their arms out, and then I kind of do this shape really fast, and then maybe for the legs, I have something going on like this. And then what I do is I press it here on the paper, and then I lift it up. So as you see, only a piece of it comes out. Sometimes the image of it comes out, the reverse, and then sometimes I take a small brush. That's what I did here, and I start drawing with this figure because I might have this be a boat or something. But now, and you can see sometimes I go back from the brush to the palette knife, to the palette knife, to the brush, and I think about where the light is, where the shadows are, what story am I trying to tell? If it is a story, sometimes you're just painting and you're doing something just out of your head and it's, spontaneous, and that's enough just to have that. And don't be afraid, like I said, to put something down, take it off, and make it become yours. So this is within another, like maybe 5 or 10 minutes, just to show you up close all those textures and how we come about building this abstraction. And then next week I'll move into it and I'll show you what to do next. Again, this was a painting that I changed. This is now the light. This is the sun coming through. These are going to be some boats, and this is the reflection of the water. Okay, have a nice day. Ciao.